Everyone, welcome to this another video on Market Talk YouTube channel. Let me just stream it. Okay, hope it was a good trading day and you made some good money. If you not made money, it's okay, but not made big losses. That's very important. So let's go into the video and see some important data points. So the thumbnail you can see bears are getting ready. That's what some indications are there. We'll see that in today's video. So before getting the video, the disclaimer. Please note the views what I mentioned in the video is a personal opinion and any loss incurred by taking trades based on view, I'll not be responsible. Please consider financial advice before taking any trades. So first thing is that participant open interest. So participant open interest, there is no much information actually, but however, yesterday they cut down by 50% the index long positions in the index futures. And then here in the stock futures also they cut down from 3.5 lakhs to 2.5 lakhs now in the last 20 trading days. Slowly they've been cutting down and booking the profits. And the call options they just maintain the same place. There is no much movement. And in case of long puts, they're slowly increasing, not much big because it can be considered as hedging trade. But in case of cash market, the cash market data was not available actually. But however, I just got from the NSE website. Let me just okay. The NSE website link is closed. So I made some 2,000 crores, I believe, something like that. Let me just try that. It's not a big deal actually. And in case of clients, what they've done is 14,000 crores. They're 14,000 contracts. They're maintaining here slightly on the same side almost, but here heavily they've shorted the put options here. If you see here, they've been earlier used to do same heavy put option rating. Now again they are writing heavily, and the call option rating very less. So they become big, very big bullish on the market. So in the particular index, particularly. And in case of proprietary traders, what they're doing, they're just having heavily call option rating opposite what the clients are doing actually, and they have heavy call option rating. And here, but what are the call option rating they had? It looks like possibly they booked the profit in the morning, possibly, and some call option rating they kept as it is. That's what it looks like actually. So overall, if you see here, the FIs are not indicating any bearish scenario as such, but slowly they are cutting down the position here. But one day it's enough for them to cut down the entire this on the long phases also. So in the cash market, that data is not so much important as of now because the data was not updated at the time in the money control. So let's go to the open interest data. In the open interest data, if you see here, 37,000 have a very good equal open interest of call and put options, and total open interest 28 lakhs. So possibly that 37,000 is what expiry expected, but next target in case 37,000 is not helping, then the next odd strike price which is there readily available next is 37,200. So 37,200 is there in the eighth place actually roughly, and then 37,500 is the next place. So in case we sustain about 37,200 keep on moving on the upside, then we can go to 37,500. But as of now, the option, if you see the open interest data, if you see here, option pain 3700 is the option pain actually. But since the PCR is very low at 0.63, then there is a chance for bouncing also. If the bounce comes and then a short covering comes again, the market can go on the upside to 37,500 also. It's very possible. But the in case of you see March 2020 when the market was falling like you see like a stone falling, and that time the PCR was almost trading like this around 0.6 0.7 only for several days actually. So we cannot consider that bounce can come also based on this curve purely. So this option pair need to track. So heavily option trading is seen on the whenever the rise is coming actually. And in case of Nifty, 17,500 is option pain for Nifty actually. So looks like a sell on rise as of now because we got a very important indication from the Dow Jones actually. Let us see the Dow Jones. If you see, this is the Gann plan which I plotted actually last weekend actually. But if you see here the Dow Jones which is making a 45-degree move all these days starting from March 2020, it has broken the trend line, 45-degree trend line here. And also if you see a trend line of what you have been seeing in the weekly charts, okay, that trend line also broken actually. Just let us plot the trend line here. If you see that trend line also broken here, so this doesn't give you good actually feeling for the bulls actually. Something is fishing, and it is better that you have to follow the Dow Jones what is telling, because Dow Jones is considered to be the mother of all the stock markets. So if we break this and cannot go and sustain above this in another 1 or 2 days maximum, it has to go very quickly and go above this, because if you see here the support is broken here. The support is broken for Dow Jones. If that is going to continue, then next target for us will be the 2 by 1 angle. This angle will be support. Possibly we can expect, because if you see the gap is here, this gap Dow Jones can try to target and fill, which is around 28,666, roughly almost 6,000 points fall in the Dow Jones, which is almost 20%. Roughly 20% fall in Dow Jones is possible with the support if it's not holding, and because the next magnetic support will be this one, it will be pulling factor here, 2 by 1 angle. So the more and more delay, maybe the slightly the increase can come, but this gap we need to fill, because in the weekly chart the gap which is there is very very serious. It has to be filled before going anywhere. 110% chance that Dow Jones will do this filling at any point. If you see in the past, you just check any index chart, any if you any chart weekly, there is a gap is very rare, and if it is happens, then it has to be filled actually. So that is a one scenario. One in stocks is possible. It's possible that we can have some gaps, but in case of index, there is a high chance that it will get filled. If you see bank nifty also, like in case of support, what we can see, the GAN support 45 degrees is there still, and we're trying to hold on, and looks like we also can break if the Dow Jones is not giving any leads. If you see the Dow Jones what's doing now currently, it is almost like it was giving almost 190 points raise actually, 190 points raise, and then from after making a high of almost 34 218, 200 points down actually. Now the Dow Jones is coming down with 200 points. So Dow Jones is seeing a good selling pressure actually, and if this continues, Dow Jones breaking this 45-degree angle is definitely pull the other markets of the world also, because mainly that Evergrande crisis what happened in China. So let's move back to the data points. So that's the case, then 30,000 will be very high chance for expiry for this week. And in case of Nifty, there is high chance 17,500 should be the expiry. And worst case, because there is a chance sudden dip can come also because of Dow Jones. If that is the case, then we can break this. Something like 17,400 is very good support as of now, because you can see 3 ratio, 1 is to 3 ratio. The puts are holding the support actually markets. So 17,400 put option is very very heavy rating is there, and 13,500 is the next support is there. So these two supports, if it breaks, then there can be a good fall coming in the markets for Nifty particularly, because as of now everything short covering is going on as of now. Today also is a good short covering, is very clearly visible in case of Bank Nifty particularly. You can see the raise for, you can see Bank Nifty 172 points instead of this 90 points raise in the spot. So the sorry, this one 190 points, 100 points the premium it has gone up actually. So that is in 4 on 4, it's almost 200 points premium, it is suddenly it has gone up so much because of the, clearly it is a short covering rally what we saw in the Bank Nifty today. And so this is the way how you can look for the expiry chances are there. And coming to the strike price PCR, now if you see here the 37,000 strike price, 37,000 call option, 37,000 call and put option, if you see here it's 1.23 from 4.32 PCR, it has come to 1.23 now. It looks like very good support as of now. 37,000 may not break possibly, but if it breaks, it's going to be very very big fall possibly. Then 37,100 is there, and this is next support which is there showing 1.3 only PCR, and then 37,200 is a weak PCR of 0.79. So every race you can look for shortings and 37,200 call option also, but buy some in the money call options, and then try to short the, at the money call option. So that's the way you can make some money and the time value, and you can try it some more out of the money call options also, so that you can make some money more in case of a market falling down. So better go for always in the money call option as a hedge, because when the market is reversing, that's what is going to protect you. The out of the money will not protect you. Coming to the open interest change, so the PCR indicating for Nifty is very weak, and for Bank Nifty also very weak. But the thing is that PCR is slightly oversold. We have to be very little cautious. That's the only thing we can see. But the problem is the VIX. The VIX is continuously. If you see here, the past almost we've been around 12, 13 levels. Now after that, sometime it has gone 13, 14 range. Now from 13, 14 range is now 14, 15 range also is crossed, and now above 15. Where last 3 trading days we've been trading above 15 range for the VIX, and we traded in the almost like 6 September. We traded above 15, close of 15 on one day, and just almost like 2 weeks back, no, roughly around 3, 6, 8 trading days. After 8 trading days, again we started trading above the VIX 15 levels. So definitely the fear factor is increasing, and people are looking for selling with every rise. That's what VIX is indicating. It's now the comfort zone is gone. So the comfort zone for market is gone. Now it has to be very cautious with your trades on long positions particularly, because every rise is for shorting only, because it looks like the correction is due now. The correction is almost come here now. The market is taking the U-turn. That's what is happening now. And the overall open interest, if you see here, almost 98 lakhs of bearish position is there in case of bank nifty, and in case of nifty 1.4 crores of bullish position is there. So nifty, you can always you can expect that bullish position will be there in the market, and the maximum time, if you see here, when 4 to 5 crores built up is there, that's the time correction comes here. You can see 4 crores built up in the bullish position, then the correction came here. In 2 days time we saw almost 230 points correction. Before the same thing also you can see in the month of August also, you can see here, whenever it reaches the 4 crores 4 5 crores, then the correction comes here. Sometimes it's very high, sometimes very low, but however the correction comes 100 points correction. If you see, this is what happened here. 5.3 crores bullish position, then some correction came here. Then again, whatever you can see, the build up happened here, some correction came here. It is very less actually. So in case of nifty, the bullish position coming to almost 5 crores, 4 to 5 crores means the correction comes actually. This is what the trend I have noticed actually, particularly. Let us just remove this and see only for September. And now coming to the strike pcr. Strike pcr, if you see here, the support is there for almost 17500 400 500 levels actually for the past few days now. So we have to break it. Now just do a dive for the nifty. Either he has to go below 17,000 and start giving the correction, or it touch 18,000 levels. It cannot sustain this level here for some time now, because now everybody is ready for jumping out of the market, and they want to book some profits here. Once they start booking the profits, then it's a problem for the market, because everybody want to book the profit now. That no buyers that time, it's going to be a steep fall, because a lot of movement has come in the market, particularly nifty. And in case of bank nifty, you can see support has increased from 36,500 to almost 37,000 levels now. So possibly 37,500 was the level peak we saw. And in the case of bank nifty particularly, you can see the what's happening here. It's very interesting, that GAN cube level we've been plotting there for nifty. And in case of cube 26, I told that this is a place where it looks like a very sticky and fishy also. We touched 25 after crossing 25. Now GAN cube 26 we came. So one day we closed here, second day it was a border case, third day we closed below this. So what I mentioned was like 3 days close continuous we need above cube 26 for next move on the upside. So third day we failed here. So nifty again failed, and now trying to close. If you see the cube 26 17,570 is the level, and we closed exactly 15 points, or roughly 12 15 points below the cube actually. So definitely cube 20 is going to give a resistance for nifty particularly in the coming days. So definitely cube 20 is what you have to look for. If you don't cross above this, then comfortably you can look for, initially instead of buying put option, you can look for selling the call options possibly, or you can buy some in the money put option and sell at the money put option. So something like that you can try it out in the initial stage, because a lot of fight is going on between the bulls and bears at this point of time. This is the tug of war happening between this place, between bulls and bears in this point, exactly this point. And once the bears win, then very clearly you can see resistance kept happening at this level. And case of bank nifty, if you see here, this is the earlier high. If you see the earlier high, whatever is the point where the Fibonacci retracement we start plotted actually. So that place where spinning top we got here. Spinning top is not a good sign for the bulls. So definitely it gave an impact, and we closed below this level. So normally I tell you that about this low, when the close below the low. Here if you see here, we not close below the low, and here we closed below the low here. So this is the first indication of weakness. Now here if you see, the low was 37,068 now, but here we went below this low, but we closed about slightly 200 points above the low. So definitely it just bulls managed to protect itself by just giving a thought that it is buy on dips. But definitely this is a good candle, pin bar candle, which is forming on the bottom actually, but it's forming on the top. It is not giving a good energy actually. So let us see here whether this is going to hold it, because a big fall came here today. Almost like 1,037,340 is the high we made here. After opening, we went almost like a 36 37, almost like a 700 points a dip we saw here, and everything got record here. And this is a very important. This clearly shows that there's a big war between the bulls and bears now, and the bulls want to protect itself from all the possible ways. Now this is a trend line here. If you see a trend line here, this is a trend line what we this, let me just delete this. So this trend line, and we should not break this actually. If you see, we broke this, and then we try to manage and hold this actually. And again another triangle pattern is getting formed now. If you see here, and this another triangle pattern is getting formed. Lot of triangle patterns are getting formed nowadays in case of Bank Nifty. So you can see very clear resistance getting formed. So tomorrow it is a do or die for Bank Nifty. At any cost, it has to break this high and go. So today's high is 37,360, 350 level, and that level we have to break and close above this for any uptrend to continue for Bank Nifty. In case we don't go above this level, then it's going to be a the triangle height is 38,108 to 36,735, means roughly 1,200 300 points here. So the fall will be almost like this level we should see. 36,000 levels we should be seeing in case of Bank Nifty if it doesn't happen that the high is not broken tomorrow. So this is the important point for Bank Nifty. So let's move back to the levels here. So coming to the straddle, short straddle here, that is the straddle what started this big short big traders, and now they're sitting in the profit almost 115 points. So possibly 30,000 call, 30,000 level is the place where the expiry happens. Then there is a chance that these people will make good money. So we can expect some high probability of expiry around 30,000 levels. And in case of Nifty, we are just roaming around. If you see, this is a place where we are roaming around here and there. So 13,500, if the expiry happens, then the good amount of money can be seen from the short straddle perspective of these people. And open interest change, coming to open interest change, if you see heavy call rating seen in 30,000 call option here, and then 39,500 call option. I don't know, for 10 rupees somebody is selling, somebody is buying you can understand. Even if you buy 1,000 quantity, then it is just 10,000 rupees for the people. It's a lottery for them. But in the 2 days time, 13,500 touching is little very remote chance something happens like that. So people are trying their luck by trying some lottery or something. And 30,000 we have very good open interest built up here at 418 rupees. So keep an eye on this 30,000 call option, good rating is there. And 36 400 put option, you can see here some option ratings heavily seen. And 37 200 call option heavy rating, 37,000 put option is there. So there is looks like 37,000 put option will be a high chance of expiry. If not, 37 200 should be the expiry level. So this is what you have to just focus on. Any rise, look for shorting the out of the money or at the money call options, and have some in the money call options as your hedge. And Lakshman Rekha, it is everything is green only as of now, but border case and just in time it want to give breakout. But in case of Bank Nifty, 37,000 level is what you have to keep a watch on this. We should not break and close. Again, this is support where you can see Lakshman Rekha, it's what support we got actually. And coming to the next thing, your futures open interest here. So Nifty cleared lot of open interest actually today. So almost 5.9 lakhs of open interest got cleared for Nifty. And then in case of Bank Nifty, you can see here long built up around just 37,000 contracts. So not much of interest actually. And the pivot point, we got 50% correction retracement here from the swing low 36,578, and then we got 50% correction. This is a good support here 36,578. So 36,500 we should not break at any cost. If we break here, then there is a problem for the bulls. And in case of Nifty, Nifty still we have support 17,350 levels here, 17,300. This is a very good support here. This pivot point we should not break at 17,350, 3,400 range here. If you break, then good fall can come for the Nifty and it can test 17,000 level no time. So this week we should be very cautious with bears and bulls, both going to be very volatile. So the volatility indicates that some turbulence is there actually. So we don't know how serious it will be, but if it is coming, then you should be ready to handle it. That's very important. And the cash market, people are not so panicky. So still we are above the 20 moving average. Still we don't close below this, then you can comfortably hold the position here. In case of long term investments, you can keep on booking the profits. There is no harm in booking the profits, because suddenly the dip comes with, then you cannot exit. Yesterday the dip came, and people who exited at that time made losses here. So don't try to book profit at the day of when big negative is there. Definitely look for some retracement rally, and that time you can book profits. And coming to the positional strategy levels for Bank Nifty, yesterday we got sell and today we got buy here. If you see the very is a very tight stop loss here. That's what we are keep on seeing the whipsaw here. But this is a very low level of it's very conservative. We can tell here 36,000, roughly 36,000 is level where we can look for any reversal of trend actually. Still we are holding 36,000. There is no problem in the medium term actually. You can tell swing trading is good actually. 37,335 again if you break, if you this is the futures level. If you again close below 37,335, you will get a sell signal I think here. So it will be 100 points up here and there. You can see whipsaw here, but definitely it can save you from big down moves actually. If you see today, the market opened 37,000. This is the level here. 37,273 was the level here. The market opened 37,300 and started moving on the. It made a high and then move on the downside. You can see it made a low of 36,609. So once you know this level 37,273 is broken, then we got a good move on the downside. So keep it a tight stop loss. This is very good for saving you in case you are very risky trader and you want to get all the movements in the market. And coming to the GAN fan we saw here for Dow Jones and yes, and Nifty. And then let us see the levels for tomorrow. So before seeing the levels for tomorrow, we can see the level what happened in the market for put options here. So put option, if you see in the morning, I gave some trade actually, and in that case it got triggered. Go short level, it got triggered that time, and then exited with 50 points loss in this case, and the gain in the put option bought. Because once we go over the go short level, it is a little risky. Then we target, we hit 372, then we hit target and keep on going on upside, went high of 636 actually. So what happens here, if that's the reason I told you the PPT shared also on how to trade with the Excel dashboard. I mentioned above the long breakout, you should never be on the short side. So if you see, if you are on the short side, definitely we got the closing very good rate below this. From 636 we may saw closing of see 95 rupees, 600 points gain here. But what happens here, if you go on short at this place here, it is very risky because we don't know market. See, today the market closed 95. You know at this point of time that market gave a profit, but 606 it is a problem worsens and it closed by 1000 rupees, then you are forced to close at a loss. So cut the loss at the initial stage here and then entry again. If you see here again long breakout, I mentioned there in the PPT also that 372 is the level long breakout. If it's going below long breakout, then you take the short that time. So 372 when started going below that, you see the 372, it gave almost 300 points profit here. So this is very good thing, you can make money here with 372 points. 300 means at least 250 points profit you can make. Your target is 10 points. With 10 points per day, you can almost get 10% return per month. So just target for 10 points and this small strategy, wait for the opportunity and short it below this level, long breakout, then you got the money here. And you can see the background, you can see the brown color, everything is brown color, means the price are trading below all the levels. So the levels trading below all the levels, and the support is now 37,100 now, the PCI, this is support here. And in case of the calls, if you see here today 37,000 call option, it made a low of almost 191 and started moving about 228 go long level. So after moving about 228, it made a high of almost 507. So 507 we made here almost double. So whenever you see a price going below go long and crossing above the go long level, that's the time you have to enter. So once you entered here, you are making money here by as a option shorter also you can do, or option buyer also you can get. So this is the levels, important levels which I am giving to you, which you can try it out. So this is way how you trade also. So let us just, what we do is here the levels for next day. I just refresh here. Let me just refresh for the bank Nifty now. So I'm just, I need to paste here, that's it. And then for Nifty also I just paste here levels for tomorrow. You'll be able to see the levels for tomorrow. Okay, done. So the levels for tomorrow will be getting here. So bank Nifty, you can see the levels is pasted now. So for tomorrow, now we close 37,236 now. So 37,236 means then you can look for something like shorting of 37,300 at 300 rupees. It is trading at 255. Tomorrow there is a gap up, then look for shorting some. So you can look for buying some 37,000 call option and shorting some out of the money call option here initially, and then you can make it a ratio. So ratio of 37,400 call option double you can make it. So what happens, the water money you are paying for buying the option, you are getting recovering by selling the option here. And you can buy some deep out of the money, put a call option as a hedge for this another lot what is selling. So that's the way you can make a spread here and you can make some money at the money, because when the price, the option expiry, the option pain is around 3700. So once the price keep on moving, then you should be able to make money on downside. But support, since support is 3700, look for shorting 37,200 call option. So that's what you'll be able to make money here. And in case of if on the stocks today, if you see Mindtree and my Bajaj Finance, these two stocks were good, giving good returns actually, and this is what you can follow. And then Bank Nifty also, you can see here the indicators. Everything is all in the morning. Everything was red here, and then after recovery comes, and everything comes automatically. In the morning when the put buying opportunity was there, Bank Nifty was showing, and then after that began showing, started a call buying opportunity because. But still, the unwinding is seen actually. But it's after he defeats 37,500 put option, it made a 1034 and then closed 350. Almost 700 points. We got a full benefit in this 37,500 put option when the rise comes. So try to see the deep in the money put option, call option. That's where the good amount of profit can be made. The good moment comes in case of times like this. And in case of Renko setup also, it does have today without whipsaw. Actually, if you see here, falling from here almost like today after this 27 from morning here, this is starting point here roughly, and from there we saw the fall here around 10:45, and after that we saw keep on moving on without any whipsaw. Today the Renko setup worked very well actually without any whipsaw, and we saw the rise happening in the Bank Nifty actually. So what are some questions there? Bank has created an indecisive candle. See, definitely it is looks like a sell and rise as of now because Dow Jones, the main thing is Dow Jones, which has given a breakout below the 45-degree candle. So angle actually. So if this is the way it is going to work out in case of Dow Jones can pull the entire market, global market downside. Target should be around 28,000 levels here. This gap should be filled in case of Dow Jones without doubt because weekly charts, weekly candles, if you see gap is should not be there. So any gap will be get filled up before going anywhere. So that is the case. If Dow Jones can pull down, come down, means no other market can stay on the upside. Our market particularly is very fragile, and it has run up a lot actually compared to anybody else. So if you break here this level, 17,200 level. So if you break 17,300 level, then we can see some good move on the downside. 1,000 points correction minimum we can take it. 1,000 points correction we should see in case of Nifty without any doubt in the coming days. So what happens yesterday? The fall came, and then we saw the movement recovery. So next time the fall comes, everybody will be thinking that recovery will come, but recovery will not come one day. That one day after that, the fall will be keep on coming down, and that one day you have to wait for the Dow Jones will going to give the lead for that actually. So Dow Jones is not recovering at all. So stay cautious with the long positions and be alertful with your long position. That's what is my opinion. Okay, thank you. Daily, you're not posting option dashboard. See, sometimes post, sometimes because of the internet problem is that I cannot do it. So you can just, I told the is the camera options. You can just try to take your levels. You can make your own sheet also. Okay, thank you so much. China is closed for 3 days. Tomorrow it's opening after 3 days. Okay, let us see. It'll be a good show tomorrow also. Every day it is a game. That's it. And take the game very with spirit. That's it. Nothing else. Thank you so much for seeing the video. Please subscribe.